Interlude 1B. Sophia stalked past the PRT muck behind the desk, her gloved hands fiddling with her mask straps. It was just after lunchtime, and she'd gotten the call from the PRT that the wards were being called in. Probably an assembly or some shit, she grumbled. An announcement, maybe. Still, she was honestly glad to get away from Emma for the rest of the day. The girl had been insufferable since Friday. It wasn't that she'd changed. It was that she hadn't. Was she really that stupid? Did she really think antagonizing the Hebert girl was a good idea? Now, Sophia knew what happened when you pushed a new cape too far. It wasn't that she was scared of Hebert, obviously, but if there was any class of people that epitomized the ideal of predator, it was the parahuman. It paid to be cautious when dealing with them. She'd been relieved when Hebert hadn't shown up to school today, at least at first. Hopefully, she could talk some sense into Emma before it got to be a problem. But there hadn't been a chance before lunch, and now she was stuck here. I'll call her tonight, Sophia decided. Tell her we need to back off. At least until Hebert joins a villain group, and I can go after her properly. It was part of what rankled so much when the wards got rid of her lethal ammo. Yeah, sure, she could take your average ganja or mugger with tranks, but how the fuck did they expect her to deal with someone like Lung without proper weapons? The enemy wasn't holding back. As long as the other heroes did, it was only going to cripple them and get them killed, especially if people like Gru were allowed to run around and interfere with the heroes' powers. If Sophia couldn't trust her weapons or her powers, well, that was a really bad situation all around, and now, thanks to the PRT's bullshit, it was the situation she was in every damn day out there. She found that she was clenching her fists. She forced herself to relax. It wouldn't do to get piggy on her case before even walking into the room. She ran into Aegis just as she was reaching the elevator to go down the wards section of the base. "Shadow Stalker," he greeted politely. "You got any idea why we're here?" She shook her head. "No," she said flatly. "Hope it's not a waste of time." The elevator door opened. She almost wished he'd tried to enter first so she could shove past him, but he didn't, so she had to settle for going in first and watching him follow. He was watching her. "The PRT doesn't waste our time all that often," he said. "Think it might be a new ward," Sophia grunted. "Maybe," she said. "Doesn't happen often." "Yeah," agreed Aegis, "but nor does this. They usually only pull all of us out for emergencies. Now we're suddenly all getting called into HQ during school." Sophia shrugged. "They didn't call everyone in when I was recruited," she said. "Yeah, but your recruitment was an unusual case," said Aegis, avoiding the issue like the pussy he was. Sophia rolled her eyes and said nothing. The elevator opened. Sophia exited first and looked around. Vista was already there. She looked up when Sophia and Aegis came in. "Hey, Carlos, Shadow Stalker," she called. "Seen any of the others yet?" Sophia just grunted. "No," Aegis said, passing Sophia and approaching the younger girl. "Do you know what this is about?" Vista shook her head. "Armsmaster was in here earlier," she said. "Told me we'd talk about it when everyone was here." He seemed grim. "More than usual?" Sophia asked flippantly, throwing herself down onto a couch. "Yes," Vista said shortly. The elevator on the other side of the room, leading from the south side of the base, opened, and in stepped 3 more of the wards, Gallant, Clockblocker, and Browbeat. "Dean," Vista called, waving. "Dennis, Sam, hey." "Hey, Missy," Gallant said, raising a hand in greeting. "Carlos, Shadow Stalker." Sophia grunted, rolling her eyes at Vista's pathetic display. "Where's Kid Win?" she asked. "On his way," Clockblocker said. "Carlos, you know what's happening?" Aegis shook his head. "Missy said Armsmaster was waiting until we all got here to tell us." "Well," Sophia said dryly, "he'd better get here soon." "This is a waste of time." "Nice to see you too, Stalker," said Vista caustically. "How have you been? Meet any cute boys lately?" Sophia swung her legs up onto the couch so she was laying back on it and brought her hand up, middle finger raised at Vista, in the same motion. "Fuck you," she said succinctly. "Oh, wait, sorry. Would that be pedophilia?" "Enough," Aegis said, and there was an edge to his voice. "Missy, don't antagonize her." "Stalker, there's no need for that." Sophia shifted her hand so her finger was facing her so-called leader before lowering it. The south elevator opened again, and in rushed Kidwin, still adjusting his visor. "Sorry, I'm late, guys," he apologized. "Had to make a stop at home on the way." "Nah, it's fine," Sophia drawled. "Feel free to waste our time whenever you want." "Can it, Stalker?" Aegis said flatly. "Chris, it's no big deal." "Missy, did Armsmaster say to get him when we all got here?" Vista shook her head. "He just said he'd be here." A door to one of the quiet rooms on the side of the area opened, and in walked Armsmaster. "So I did," he said. "Thank you, Vista, for not telling them." "Wait, he was there the whole time." Sophia blinked, then glared. "And the little bitch didn't tell us. Fuck her." "I don't think I said anything too bad." Vista gave him a thumbs up. "So, what's this about, boss?" she asked. Armsmaster walked across the room and came to a halt right in front of Sophia. "Shadow Stalker," he said, and there was something in his voice that set Sophia's teeth on edge. "You will go into that room alone and shut the door behind you. There's someone in there to talk to you. I'll debrief your teammates." Sophia grimaced. "What I do this time?" she asked gruffly, sitting up. Armsmaster shook his head. "No, we're not having that conversation," he said flatly. "In the room, now." Sophia snarled, stood up, and pushed past him, crossing the lobby and entering the side room. There was someone sitting at the table. A girl, in silvery armor that seemed to glow. She was white, and her brown eyes were locked onto Sophia's mask the moment she walked in. "Close the door, please," she said, and there was something about her voice that made Sophia want to grind her teeth. "Who are you?" she demanded. "Anata," said the girl. "Close the door, now." "You and I need to talk." "Close the door, Shadow Stalker," Armsmaster ordered from behind her. Sophia let out a growl but obeyed, then threw herself into a chair across from Anata. "So what?" she asked. "You're a new ward," Anata nodded. "That's the certain part," she said. "The uncertain part is what happens to you now." Sophia's fists clenched. "What the hell are you talking about?" "I mean," Anata said, and she was perfectly calm, "that if I choose after this conversation, I can have you summarily drummed out of the wards, taken off the streets and shoved into juvie at the least." "So let's talk." Sophia stood up sharply. "You think you can threaten me?" she snarled. "I just got classified," Anata said quietly. "Tinker 7, Trump 6. A few other ratings. I'm a valuable cape, Shadow Stalker, and the PRT wants me in the wards a lot more than they want you." "Well, what the hell does that have to do with anything?" Sophia demanded. "Why would they just kick me out?" "I haven't done anything." Anata let out a short, sharp laugh. "Oh, you are funny," she said. Then she reached up and took off her helmet. Sophia's world tilted on its axis. Taylor Hebert shook out her hair and set her helmet on the desk. "Sit down, Sophia," she said smoothly, "and let's talk." "No." Sophia barely heard the word coming out of her own mouth. "It's in your interest," Taylor said. "If you walk out now, there's no hope for you." "No. No way." "You. A ward. A hero," Taylor snorted. "I said the same thing when I found out, you know," she chuckled. "You." The girl so vicious and vile. She thought shoving a classmate into her locker with a literal biohazard was an innocent prank. "But them's the breaks, I'm afraid." "No," Sophia said, and some quiet corner of her brain registered that her voice was getting a little shrill. "No, fuck this. I'm not going to work with you." "Is that your final answer?" There was something about how Hebert said that made Sophia stop. Because, believe me, Taylor said evenly, I would love to have you walk out that door right now and be unceremoniously arrested and kicked out on your ass. That would be wonderful. I owe you for a hell of a lot of shit, Sophia. But there's an alternative. Sit down, Sophia sat. She found, in a horrible moment, that she had no idea what to say. Taylor folded her hands together. Now, Sophia, she said, and her voice was like silk, smooth and almost alluring. What do you desire? What? Do you know what Anata means? Sophia blinked at the non sequitur. It sounds made up. It's Quenya, Taylor chuckled. Don't ask. It means Lord of Gifts, so let's talk, and we'll see if I can find it in me to give you a gift. Sophia twitched. What are you on about, Hebert? She asked warily. Hebert smiled. Take off your mask, she instructed. I want to see your face. Why? Just do it, Taylor said wearily. It's not as though I don't already know who you are, Sophia snarled, but obeyed. The two girls' eyes locked. Now, Sophia, said Taylor. Answer me honestly. What did you enjoy about what you were doing to me? Sophia bared her teeth. Fuck you, she said. You don't get to psychoanalyze me, so you don't know. Fuck you, Taylor sighed. Let me make something clear to you, she said. I'm trying to help you. God knows why. But I know this city needs heroes. If you're willing to work with me, I'm willing to work with you in the name of making sure it gets them. But I've already compromised as much as I'm willing. I'm willing to refrain from pressing charges. I'm willing to let you stay, even though you've made my life hell for 1.5 years. I've already accommodated more than my fair share. This conversation, this is you meeting me halfway, and the only person who loses if you don't is you. Sophia gritted her teeth. Now answer the question, Taylor said. What did you enjoy about torturing me? I'm a predator, bitch, Sophia snarled. Preying on the weak is what I do. The weak, the stupid, people who don't fight back. People like you, Taylor smiled. I see, she said. A chill went through Sophia's core at her tone. Fuck you. Sorry, I'm straight. Try Emma. Now, why me? What? Sophia blinked at the lightning-fast retort. There must have been a few hundred weak people in Winslow, Taylor said. Madison, for instance. Why was I the one you targeted? Sophia rolled her eyes. What is this, a pity party? Taylor snorted. Do you really think I give a damn what you think about me anymore? She asked dryly. I'm trying to understand you. Trying to see how we can work together. So answer the question. You were holding Emma back, Sophia said, sneering. Girl was just getting a spine after that mess 2 summers ago, and then you came back, and you were weak as shit. So I tried to buck her up, get her to toss you, she grimaced. Then she got obsessive. Which was, honestly, kinda weird. I'm going to need some background, Taylor said evenly. What happened 2 summers ago? Sophia sighed. Look, I don't have all day. I think you rather do, said Taylor in a voice about 50 times drier than sandpaper. What happened? She and her dad got attacked by ABB Ganges, Sophia said flatly. They blocked the road with a dumpster, then pulled Emma out of the car. I saw it happen. At first, I was going to let them rough her up a bit, so I could really cut loose on them. Justifiable assault, you know. Taylor blinked evenly at her. But, well, Emma got a spine, Sophia said, a grin coming to her lips at the memory. She tried to claw the guy's eyes out. Sure, she wasn't a match for them, but at least she was trying. She was predator material. I saved her and took her under my wing. Tried to teach her how the world works, and that was this schema of predators and prey. What, you don't think it works like that? Sophia snorted. The strong eat the weak. That's nature, that's life. Humans and capes are no different. Taylor seemed to consider that. And then Emma seemed to have a weak spot for me, she said. So you cauterized it. and she learned to love the hot iron. Like a slave begging for the whip. The fuck? Sophia blanched. Where did you come up with that shit? Taylor smiled slightly. Oh, don't mind me, she said. Now, Sophia, what do you think is the difference between a hero and a villain? Sophia snorted. What the hell kind of question is that? One to which you don't have an answer. Silence fell. Sophia's mouth worked soundlessly for a moment, and then she settled for a week. You don't know me. Don't I? Sophia couldn't answer. Eventually, she forced out, What are you, a thinker? Maybe, Taylor allowed. I don't think these are my powers, though. This is all me. Then she smiled. Now, Sophia, would you like to know the difference between a hero and a villain? Fuck you, Sophia ground out. Heroes stop villains from breaking the law. That's all there is to it. You and I both know that's not true, Sophia gritted her teeth. Before we talk about the difference between heroes and villains, Taylor said, we need to talk about a common misconception. The Protectorate and the wards are all heroes, and everyone that's labeled a villain is a villain. Neither of those statements is true. The only thing that determines labels is PR. You were labeled a rogue because you got decent PR for targeting villains before you joined the wards, but you were a villain. Fuck you. No, I wasn't. You were, Taylor said gently, and you still are, Sophia. This is your last and only chance to change that, listening to me here and now. Because I can tell you what makes someone like, I don't know, Panacea a hero, and what makes someone like Jack Slash a villain, regardless of the labels people give them. I'm your only chance at this before you get thrown into juvie. If you listen, you can stay out of there and get one last chance to be better. If you don't, well, that's one more villain off the streets. It's your choice. When Taylor put it like that, it wasn't much of a choice at all. Fine, talk. A villain, Taylor said quietly, is anyone at all, cape or otherwise, who thinks that the strong should prey on the weak and that they are among the strong. Fuck you. That's me. A hero, Taylor steamrolled over her, is someone among the strong who protects the weak. Being a hero isn't about beating up bad guys, Sophia. It's about making the world better. Not for you, not for the strong, not for the predators, but for the weak. A hero is the voice of the voiceless, the song of the mute, the sword of the disarmed, the shield of the defenseless. That, Sophia, is what a hero is. That's why you're a villain. To you, it's all about conflict, about hurting people, about making the world worse, even if it is worse specifically for people you think are bad. That's bull. The words sounded somehow hollow even as they came out of her mouth. Do you have any better definitions? Sophia would have liked to say that the words stuck in her throat, but it would be a lie. There were no words at all. That, Sophia, is my gift, Taylor said quietly. I offer you that understanding and this chance. You'll probably get out of juvie well before you're 18, if you want to. Then you'll be out on the street, a fugitive with powers. A villain. Or you can stay here. Deal with me. And try to be a hero. And I do mean try, she added with a twisted smile. No one's expecting you to break years of habit in a day, but you do have to at least try to do better. So that's it, Sophia asked. Hero or villain? That's it. Just like that. It's the same choice every parahuman makes, Taylor said. Regardless of all the PR and the mislabeling and the speculation on PHO, each of us has to decide whether we want to take advantage of the people weaker than us or protect them. We decide that right at the beginning. Sometimes we change our minds. You made the wrong choice once, Sophia. Will you do it again? Fuck you. You don't have to like me, Taylor chuckled. I know I'll probably never like you. But you do have to choose, and Sophia did.